Hi, I'm Merinda Hillier. I'm a B2B marketer. I work at Salesforce. I've been a B2B marketer coming up to 20 years now, so showing my age. But about 8 years ago, my life really changed when I implemented marketing automation. Who here is a Pardot customer? Great, a few of you, awesome. Thanks so much for being here today. You would have seen this slide before. Please make any future purchase decisions on product that is currently available. And I really want to say thank you to all of the Pardot customers who are here today. Thank you for being a Pardot customer. Thank you for being Salesforce customers. And it's really our customer success that drives our success. And for those of you who aren't Salesforce customers, we're really proud with the way our company has led change in also philanthropic efforts. We have a OneOne Model, which means that 1% of our time and our revenue is given to philanthropic efforts. So I'm really passionate about that, and I'm passionate about our platform driving good for change as well. So here are some of the customers that are using Pardot today. And Amazon Business, I want to talk about just a little bit because we're talking today about sales and marketing alignment. And it's a topic really dear to my heart and I'm really passionate about because 8 years ago, when I started working with marketing automation, my life changed as a B2B marketer. All of a sudden, the relationships I was having between sales and marketing started to improve gradually. I had this reason to collaborate, this reason to work with sales and really work hand in glove with our objectives. And I loved hearing about Clevertouch's approach. And that's exactly how I found 8 years ago when I started in marketing automation and really driving that sales and marketing alignment. And Amazon Business are doing that today. So they're one of our biggest customers using Salesforce Engage and Pardot marketing automation to really enable thousands of their sales reps on exactly what Clevertouch were talking about before, that insights and lead generation. So using that multiple approach. And we're kind of in this stage now of intelligent marketing. You know, when I started my marketing career, I thought, what is B2B marketing all about? I thought I would be creating lovely TV advertising or communication, and that's what drove me into marketing in the first place. But actually the world has changed, and I didn't even contemplate the idea that we'd be talking about technology and data and everything would be so analytical. But it's awesome because with that change gives the marketer insights and power in the organization. And making that change gradually, you start to see the benefits of that. Being able to talk about numbers, being able to talk about how you're tracking to your pipeline target, how you're tracking to your revenue target, helps you have the same language as sales. And that's only a good thing, right? When you're talking about the same language and you're talking about the same numbers, then you're starting to be true, trusted business partners. And that's where I think, the topic of today's conference about sales and marketing alignment is really important because it's about balancing everything out so then you can start to really have that exponential growth together as a team of sales and marketing. But sales and marketing, it's always a love-hate relationship, right? I mean, no relationship is perfect, but, sales are over here with their technology stack, their different language, the processes they have, and then marketing is over here, normally working on a totally different floor of the company with their own technology stack, their own processes, and the two come together in these random meetings. It's very difficult to align. But actually, if you have the same language, if you have the same analytics, you can start to work on combined activities like those account-based marketing programs, then you start to bridge that gap, and that's what we'll talk about today. So at Salesforce, we're really proud to have all of our sales, service, and marketing technologies now on exactly the same platform. So this is a big news from Dreamforce just at the end, just a couple of months ago. We're not talking about integration. So we're not talking about your marketing automation technology integrating into your CRM. we are talking about the same platform, the same data sets, so you can drive that personalization and use artificial intelligence in real time. And what does the solution look like for B2B marketers? So this is our solution for B2B marketing. From the very start of the process where we're finding and nurturing more leads, all the way through to the end of the process. Well, it's not really the end of the process, it goes round in a circle again, but maximizing your ROI and understanding your success as a marketer. And there's a whole bunch of products there along the axis. I'll briefly just explain them, just so you know that they're in your kit bag if you need them. We start with Advertising Studio. Advertising Studio and Social Studio as part of Salesforce. You're driving leads into the top of your funnel. You can also target leads with Advertising Studio that look like the best performing customers in your Salesforce CRM database. So imagine how efficient your budget will be if you're doing that, using lookalike modeling. You're then taking those leads and you're putting them into Pardot, your marketing automation solution. You're nurturing those leads until they're sales ready, and then you're passing them across to Sales Cloud. You're using predictive marketing with Pardot Einstein using artificial intelligence because it's all on the Salesforce platform now, and you're helping sales close more deals by handing them across to Sales Cloud Einstein, where the sales rep can prioritize those leads with the ones that are highest propensity to buy right there at the top. So if they have 5 minutes to follow up on a lead, they know that for the day, 5x spare minutes, they know that the top lead is the best one to target. That's great for sales productivity. We're then extending our marketing automation campaigns with Salesforce Engage and driving those insights into the sales team. And that's what we already spoke about earlier with CleverTouch. I'll dig into that in a little bit more detail about how we do that at Salesforce. And then, of course, using B2B marketing analytics. So analytics is a big part of everything we do. The whole point marketing automation is to show your success. Right? You want to be able to prove your return on investment, show your pipeline, show your revenue. And without the dashboards and the easy way to be able to do that, it's really difficult. So we'll have a look at that. So we're talking here about sales and marketing. And we had a really great presentation from CleverTouch about the objectives that each have, right? And if you're in marketing, you're talking about your return on investment, you're talking about pipeline, you're wanting to reduce your cost per acquisition. You're also really interested in your customer experience. You want them to have a really smooth journey. You want them to experience your brand in the right way. On the other side, with sales, they're interested in closing more deals. They're interested in prospect insights. They want to understand buying signals. So this is all about the sales intelligence that CleverTouch were talking about earlier, and prioritizing leads. So we see a bit of a difference there, but fundamentally we're all driving towards the same thing. What's that? Revenue, right? So sales and marketing are all driving the company towards more revenue with a slight different focus. So if I'm in marketing, and I'm responsible for my brand, there are a few key things that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to attract the leads into the top of the funnel. I want to engage the prospects in a smooth and seamless way. And then I want to deliver insights to my sales team. So let's have a look at attracting leads, sorry. So we do this through content marketing. And many of you will have a strategy around content marketing. But at Salesforce, we have, with any campaign, the minimum of just 3 key assets. We put all of our efforts into building 3 key assets at the start of each quarter. We do 1 key campaign per quarter, and we divide it up so we're pushing those individuals, pulling those individuals through the funnel with different assets. So the top of the funnel is all about illustrating the problem and how to solve it. The mid-funnel is all about showing how-to content, how to solve the problem, top 10 tips for, etc. And we do that quite often with webinars or events like this. And then bottom of the funnel, this is where we start talking about our product. Because we don't want to alienate the customer at the top and mid-funnel by talking about our product because they're not ready yet. They don't even know what problem they have or how they want to go about solving it. And then we start to talk about, we might do product-focused webinars where we really deep dive on our product and show what we have. So with all of this, we're using our own platform. We're using Salesforce Pardot to create the landing pages, to put the content behind all the forms, and we're using Engagement Studio. So for the Pardot customers here today, who's using Engagement Studio? Great, most of you, perfect. So Engagement Studio is that one canvas where you're pulling all of the campaign elements there onto one central canvas, and you can see in real time, you can test it, you can see all the analytics there. So it's a really easy way to pull your nurture campaigns together. And when we look at forms, here's another point of contention sometimes. What do you think sales will want on a form? An order form. Sign here. They want everything. They want the names of their kids, their pets' names, their blood type. And why do they want this? It's all about the sales insight. It helps them with their conversations, right? We know this. What do I want as a marketer? I just want the email. For me, it's a bit like a dating analogy, right? You don't ask someone to marry you on a first date, right? There's a value exchange of information backwards and forwards. You know, you start off with the name, great, tell me a bit more about yourself. And this value exchange goes on for a period of time before you come to an arrangement when you're going to make that deal. So the only important thing is that emails start off the conversation and building that trust with the customer along the way. So the second thing is about engaging the prospects. And we use progressive profiling on our own tool for this, and here's an example of some of the ebooks that we send across. Bill Reed comes to the website. He doesn't have to fill in all those bits of information and get bombarded. He just fills out 3 bits of information about himself. We remember that. We remember that it's Bill Reed the next time he comes to our website, and he only fills in different bits of information. Over time, we're gradually learning about him. There's a value exchange. He's giving information, and we're giving some great information to him. Another way to engage prospects is all about A/B testing. So, we have some fun and games at Salesforce, and we A/B test everything. And we A/B test whose face performs the best on a landing page, and there's great competition with the teams in the marketing teams to see who wins. And the one on the right might have been something to do with the dark. Well, they're both wearing glasses, but maybe it's the darker glasses. It makes it a little bit more interesting. So Bond villain and the beard might have something to do with it, but jokes aside, that the point of marketing is to really optimize everything that we do, optimize the creativity, optimize for the best performing campaigns. So why not do that A/B testing on everything? And then also around dynamic content. So we're using dynamic content, why? To make it more, not just to personalize the customer interaction, but also to make time efficient for us. We have one campaign, we target multiple people, on a very basic level. If the person's based in Paris, they'll see a picture of the Eiffel Tower. If they're based in London, they'll see a picture of Big Ben, right? Just to oversimplify things. But it's helping us be more time effective in marketing. So we're talking about this smooth customer experience, and Engagement Studio is helping us with that. So what does the journey look like from the marketing perspective across the entire campaign? They're starting in at the top of the funnel. They're engaging with some of our content. We're pulling them through. We're analysing what products they're interested in, and by the time they reach the end, we're deeming them as marketing qualified. And what's great here, if you're not part of customer, of course, you can see all the metrics in real time for each stage of this journey. So if there's a real blockage somewhere, so people aren't getting through, and you can really see that there's no conversion in one particular area, you can then just pull out one of the pieces of content and drag in another one and test and see if that makes any difference. So we're going through the marketing journey, and here's where sales come in. So here is our our collaboration with sales, we're delivering insights to sales. And this is a big part of my job. And I think more and more every year I continue to be a B2B marketer, actually my collaboration with sales increases exponentially with every single year. And marketing automation was a real foundation to this. Instead of just doing my thing and handing sales a bunch of leads on a spreadsheet across and then asking, sort of thinking I've done my job now, it's over to sales to convert them, I can now use marketing automation to really understand what happened to those leads, what campaigns was I doing that is actually successful. And then we're starting to have like a really great conversation with sales about how to improve those leads, and you're talking the same language as them. And then you know what? When you start to do marketing automation really well and you're tracking to your pipeline, they give you a revenue target. And how's that for a great conversation with sales? You've got a revenue target, so do I, so shut up. We're having the same language. And there's not a better place to have a mutual partnership than having the same objectives. So we're scoring and grading our leads. We're giving more scores to things that matter, such as demo requests or a visit to the pricing page. If someone is visiting the careers page, you want to throw them out of the nurture programs. I'm sure you've got that down already in yours, but they're not interested in buying your product. They're interested in joining your company. And then the grade is really important to be able to start to profile your customer. So we're now looking at the sales objectives, right? And sales, they're interested in they're hitting their quota. They want to be productive. They want time in order to close out deals, and they don't want to spend too much time trying to understand what the quality is that marketing is giving to them on their leads. They want everything served on a plate, and that's where marketing can really help with this. So it's all about the insights and the buying signals. So Clevertouch spoke about this a little bit before, but marketing automation automatically gives insights directly by showing them exactly what the lead has done before they've reached the sales rep. So in the old days, the customer would do a lot of activity on your website, look at web pages, come to your events, etc. And it was a black box, right? There was a black box there, and then they would speak to sales. Sales did not know what happened in this black box. What we're trying to do now is enable sales to lift the lid of this sort of black box and understand all that buying process that has happened before. So we can see the campaign that has come through. This is what they see on Sales Cloud in their Sales Cloud instance. They can see that it's coming through Google AdWords. They've got a high score and a high grade. And they can also see the engagement history there on the side, all the pages that they've looked at. So then the sales rep can really have that valuable conversation when they first pick up the phone. And then what else are they trying to do? They're trying to close out those key deals. And they want to act fast. So we talked a little bit about Salesforce Engage. This is a product to give the power of marketing automation to your sales team. Now, when I first heard about this, I thought, hang on a minute, my job is to do marketing automation and campaigns, really nervous about giving sales the opportunity to do their own campaigns. But let's face it, they're kind of doing it anyway, right? So what they're doing today is they're taking screenshots from your website, they're ignoring the latest deck that you sent them, they'll use an old version that they've got on their desktop, and they'll cobble something together and email it across, right? So why not make it easier for them and give them marketing-approved content that you've optimized, you've A/B tested, and you know is as perfect as it can be, and you just simply put it into their Sales Cloud instance that they're using all day, every day, and allow them to send their own personalized nurture emails. Now, what also happens is they start to do this and they say, oh, I'm doing marketing campaigns. Isn't marketing great? Look how effective it is, because they're involved in the process and they're doing this. And they're also seeing alerts in real time when their prospect is interacting with those marketing campaigns. So if Bill Reed, for example, isn't interested, doesn't have budget for 6 months, when the sales rep calls. Normally what the sales rep would do is like put a reminder in their calendar once a month for the next 6 months to give Bill Reed a call and say, hey, what do how's the budget coming along? You're still looking at 6 months. But now instead, what the sales rep can do is drop them into their own personalized nurture program, wipe their hands of Bill Reed, and move on to something more interesting. Then 2 months later, Bill Reed starts to interact with some of this content, then goes and visits the pricing page, then looks at a demo, and the sales rep is receiving this in real time and knows to give Bill Reed a timely call. So it's a real time saver, it's increasing the productivity for the sales rep, and it's helping with that sales and marketing alignment because they think they're doing their own marketing campaigns. And here are some of just the features with the Salesforce Engage. So you've got email templates. They can also just send from Gmail. If they're using Gmail, they can send from Outlook. If they're using email Outlook, they don't have to log into Salesforce to send their Engage at all, and they'll see all their prospect activity in real time popping up on their screen. And then the last but not least is all about the analytics. And we saw some dashboards from Clevertouch, but B2B analytics is so front and center in everything we do, both with sales and marketing. You can't forecast your sales quarter without decent analytics. And you know what? If you're tracking to revenue and you're tracking to pipeline in marketing, you can't forecast accurately without proper analytics as well. So we want to optimize across analytics, and for that we have our own analytics dashboards. Now, it's so important, we think, as part of marketing, that we're now including it in our most of our Pardot packages, because we know that the most important thing for marketers is really to show and demonstrate their success and return on investment. So you can dig into these dashboards and understand what your best performing campaign is, what your best performing channel is. I pull it up on my mobile device in my weekly meetings with sales, and I'm ready for those ad hoc questions. How did that campaign go in Italy? Or we see a gap in Germany. What can we do to fill in that gap? And instead of being on the back foot like I used to be, and I used to have to go to my marketing ops person and say, hey, I've got my meeting with sales, and can you pull me all of these reports because I think that's what we're going to talk about. Actually, all I need to do is pull up on my mobile device my reports, and we can dig in real time and actually look into it together. So it's really collaborative, and it really gives me the power to have the same language as sales and to really talk about these questions. And so with all of these analytics comes great responsibility, right? So if you can measure it, you will be asked the question. You will be asked these difficult questions. How am I tracking to revenue? How am I tracking to pipeline? And you need to be able to answer them, because then that is showing that's talking the same language as sales. They are having to answer these questions day in, day out on their side. And so to have that relationship with them, you're needing to do the same. But what's really great with B2B analytics, thank you, is that we have these out-of-the-box dashboards. And I want to talk about just a couple here because they're really exciting. I'm not sure if any of you are using them yet. The multi-touch attribution dashboard. So as a marketer, I really want to know what campaigns are having an impact coming into the top of the funnel. And I also want to know what campaigns are having an impact coming in, pushing prospects out the bottom of the funnel. So that's first touch and last touch attribution, and even touch the whole way through. The other one is the account-based marketing dashboard. So we saw some version that Clevertouch had, but we haven't recently launched our account-based marketing dashboard. So when you're working hand in hand with sales and you understand that one of their main accounts is Tesco.com, then you have a dashboard that shows all the marketing engagements with Tesco.com and how they're interacting and engaging with your marketing campaigns. You can really start to work with hand in hand with sales about optimizing for the accounts that they're targeting. So account-based marketing, I know, is like a really big topic. We're seeing a lot of use for that. So there's 10 out-of-the-box dashboards today that you can have a look at. But But I think, what is the secret to sales and marketing alignment? I have seen it change dramatically in my own career after the implementation of marketing automation, after getting my own pipeline target and revenue target, proving success year after year about how I was tracking to that pipeline and revenue target, then speaking the same language, right? And of course, I'm lucky because I work at Salesforce and we are all on the same platform and we speak one language. So I saw that really change for me and my experience as well over the last 3 years at Salesforce. Time to value, we didn't have much time to talk about it, but really, I don't want to be spending my time with doing admin and implementing technologies. I'm a marketer. I want to do marketing. And I also want to engage and collaborate and have time to nurture the relationship that I have with sales. Because I have two customers. I have my end customer, but sales is also my customer. They're my internal customer. So the quicker the time to value, the simpler the technology I'm using, the more time I have to dedicate to that relationship internally. Analytics is a big key one for sure, to be able to speak that same language of sales, and sales activation, get them using the product, get them excited to run their own marketing campaigns. And of course, all of that drives towards mutual respect and a great relationship. So if you want to learn more about Pardot or any of the products that we have, we also do some great, we've got a Trailhead about Engage. Trailhead is our online learning platform. So it's completely free, whether you're a Salesforce customer or not. Just sign up and you can start to do some of these courses and learn more about sales and marketing alignment. So that's how we do it today at Salesforce, and thank you for having me.